Alright gamers, take a deep breath, grab your emotional support controller, and cancel your social plans for the next 12 months. Because 2025 isn't just stacked, it's aggressively overbooked. We're getting sequels we thought were dead, prequels we didn't ask for but secretly want, and enough early access chaos to make your Steam library cry for help. From demon-slaying tanks to betrayal in beans, from Unreal Engine's Flex to Kojima's latest cryptic delivery route, the year's a chaotic masterpiece. So let's do what we do best, judge everything from the comfort of our screens.
BitCrush lives.
Let's start with a heavy metal legend returning from hell, and also medieval Europe. Doom: The Dark Ages. Rip, tear, and trudge. So Doom: The Dark Ages dropped on May 15th, and it's basically what happens when your favorite power fantasy takes a time machine back to the Dark Souls era. The devs hyped it like it was going to melt our faces off, and to be fair, it tried. But let's talk turkey. Critics give it an 86 on OpenCritic, which is like getting a solid A- on your demon-murdering thesis. But here's the twist. It's not better than Doom Eternal, and people aren't exactly moshing over the soundtrack. Yep, one of Doom's core strengths, the pulse-pounding, ear-splitting metal tracks, is now being described as forgettable. That's like a Slipknot concert being described as soothing. Then there's the dragon flying in mech combat, teased in every trailer like it was the second coming of gaming. Turns out, they're about as thrilling as watching your neighbor drone mow his lawn. Also, it's open world, which is great if you like wandering around picking up map icons instead of ripping demons in half. One reviewer said it felt like work. If I wanted that, I'd update my LinkedIn, not load up Doom. Still, there's some absolute carnage magic in here. The guns hit like dump trucks, the new arsenal is brutal, and when Doom Guy goes full walking tank mode, you feel like an angry god made of iron and spite. Campaign runs 16 to 20 hours, 2 endings, and it's definitely setting up future DLC. Available now on PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and Game Pass. Jump in, rage out. Gears of War E-Day. A graphics card's final breath. You know what's better than a Gears of War sequel? A prequel that looks like it's trying to render reality itself. E-Day is the Coalition's "Hey Unreal Engine 5, hold my chainsaw" moment. They're claiming it's 100 times more detailed than Gears 5. 100! That's not a game, that's a death threat to your graphics card. Light rays are bouncing, particle effects are partying, and textures are so sharp they could probably do LASIK. But beyond the eye candy, this is legit Gears canon. We're finally getting the story of Emergence Day with all the panic, chaos, and chest-high walls we've come to know and love. It's not a spin-off, it's not DLC, it's a full prequel with all the muscle. Coming to PC and Xbox Series, and if it doesn't sneak onto PS5, I'll personally eat a bolo grenade. No release date yet, but prepare your eyeballs and your SSD. This one's gonna be chunky. La Quimera. Early access madness, now with more glitches. La Quimera is what happens when a game dev studio plays hot potato with its own launch date. First, it was April 25th, then delayed, then early access soon, then bam, surprise drop on May 7th. Confused? So is everyone playing it. So far the reviews, not great, Bob, sitting at 38% positive. People are calling the gameplay basic, content light, and performance, well, let's just say some PCs haven't recovered. You've got mercenaries in a dystopian Latin America doing missions that feel like they were procedurally generated by a confused AI. The devs say it'll get better, over 18 months of early access tweaks and balancing. So hey, maybe in 2027 it'll slap. But right now, it's more La Quimera bug simulator. Still, if you're feeling adventurous or masochistic, it's on PC. Just don't say I didn't warn you.
Mafia, the old country, horses, handguns, and honor. Let's go from future chaos to classic crime. Mafia, the old country is a prequel to the legendary Mafia trilogy, and it's bringing the heat, Sicilian style. Early 20th century, horses instead of hot rods, and shootouts that feel like they belong in an Italian Western. It's single player only, bless, no multiplayer nonsense to dilute the vibe. The devs are promising storytelling so rich you'll smell the espresso. Think Red Dead Redemption meets The Godfather with just a dash of Assassin's Creed in the hills of Sicily. There's horseback chases, races, knife fights, sneaky stealth kills, and yes, it looks amazing. It's coming August 8th for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. Pre-orders are up, and guess what? It's actually reasonably priced. $50 standard, $59 deluxe. That's right, a game in 2025 that doesn't cost more than your rent. Load your revolver, cue the mandolin. This one's gonna be spicy. Death Stranding 2, on the beach. Strange, sad, and strangely sick. Kojima's back, baby, and he brought a weirder, wilder, more playable sequel with him. Death Stranding 2, on the beach, is already being called a massive step up. Journalists who got 25 to 30 hours of hands-on time are saying it's better in every way. Bigger, smoother, and way more optimized. It's got day-night cycles, more mission variety, actual combat choices, sneak or shoot, natural disasters, and a story that kicks off fast. Plus, playlists. You can now build your own in-game soundtrack like the sad post-apocalyptic DJ you've always wanted to be. It's like Metal Gear Solid 5 married the original Death Stranding, had a weird baby, and sent it to therapy. The world is more diverse, the characters are richer, and yes, the walking simulator jokes are finally fading. The visuals are insane. Like, is this still PS5 or did my console ascend insane? Even on a base PS5, it runs like butter. No release date yet, but it's clearly coming for your free time and your feelings.
Gear up for GTA 6 on Hype Overdrive Engaged. Out of nowhere, Rockstar just casually lobbed the second GTA 6 trailer at our heads, and yeah, we're still recovering. It's not just a trailer, it's a thesis on how to break the internet in 3 minutes. Everything is soaked in detail. Beer bottles with realistic condensation? Check. TVs reflecting light across rooms? Check. Did Rockstar just accidentally leak the PlayStation 6? Maybe. Or maybe they're just trolling us, which honestly feels on brand. We get Jason and Lucia lifting weights, punching bags, changing hairstyles, changing skin tone. It's basically San Andreas body customization on steroids. There's even speculation about real-time beard growth, tanning systems, and return to full-on physical progression. And let's not forget the massive arsenal teased in the ammo store commercial. It looks like GTA is going full gun store buffet. The game looks stupidly beautiful, minus a few frame drops that made the internet panic like the sky was falling. Mark your calendars, May 26th, 2026. Xbox Series and PS5 only for now. And until then, expect the GTA community to analyze every frame like it's the Zapruder film. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater Nostalgia with Night Vision. Konami's back with Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. And if you thought remakes were lazy cash grabs, well, buckle up, because this one looks legit. It's not just a graphical touch-up, it's a full-blown reimagining of the original classic. It's got all the drama, style, and over-the-top spy action you remember, but now it looks like a modern blockbuster. Cinematics are sharper, the jungle is lusher, and Snake's mullet somehow looks both heroic and illegal in 3 states. They even confirm Snake versus Monkey mode is back, because why wouldn't you want to fight primates while being a tactical super soldier? It drops August 28th, 2025 on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Whether you're a series veteran or a new recruit, get ready to eat snakes and crawl through mud like it's 2004 again. Resident Evil 9 Requiem. Welcome back to Raccoon City. Capcom finally dropped the fog-drenched curtain at Summer Game Fest 2025, and yes, Resident Evil 9 is officially called Requiem. No more rumors, no more leaks, just raw survival horror in all its beautifully disgusting glory. You're playing as Grace Ashcroft, an FBI agent with more trauma than ammo. After her mother's brutal murder, Grace follows the trail into a nightmarish hotel in the remains of a post-outbreak Raccoon City. Yeah, we're back in the dead zone, baby. The game's tone is pure dread. Tight corridors, stalker enemies, and the dev's new tagline, addictive fear. This isn't run-and-gun action. This is old school, please let me find an herb horror. Best part? For the first time in the franchise, you can switch between first-person and third-person views on the fly. You want classic over-the-shoulder Leon energy? Done. You want full immersion, flashlight shaking and terror vibes? Also done. Visually, it's a monster. Built in RE engine with next-gen lighting and ray tracing, every wet floor and flickering bulb looks like it's trying to kill you. And it probably is. Release date? February 27th, 2026. Coming to PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Welcome back to the city that won't stay buried.
The Midnight Walk, Nightmares in Clay. The team behind Lost in Random is back with The Midnight Walk, a spooky adventure game that looks like Tim Burton and Laika Studios teamed up for a haunted sleepover. Here's the wild part. All the game's environments were handmade out of clay, scanned in, and digitized. The result? A horror game that feels like a stop-motion fever dream. Add a funny little sidekick, nightmare monsters, and heartfelt story beats? Yeah, it's weird, and I'm in. Critics are loving the art style and story. The main gripes? It's short and plays a bit like it was meant for VR, but it still lands a solid 78 on Metacritic and 80 on OpenCritic. Already out on PS5 and PC. Perfect for a moody weekend binge if you like weird, creepy, and creative as hell. I Am Reaper, a slow burn British dread. And now, something a little different. I Am Reaper is a psychological thriller set in 1980s Northern England, where the economy's in shambles and the murders are not exactly subtle. This isn't a shooter. It's not a puzzle game. It's not even a classic detective sim. It's a narrative-driven slow burn with moral choices, branching dialogue, and a whole lot of bleakness. You'll investigate brutal killings, make tough calls, and literally cut stitches as part of its unique interaction system. Yeah, stitching. This game is going deep. Set for late 2025, coming to PC via Steam and Epic. No word on consoles yet, probably because they're still debating how to market a game where your most important tool is a scalpel and a heavy conscience.
Spine, cinematic combat with a side of cyberpunk chaos. If you've ever wanted to feel like John Wick's rebellious cousin in a neon-drenched dystopia, Spine might be your next obsession. This is a single-player action game that takes itself very seriously. Like, we filmed this with the drone and 14 lighting presets, seriously. You play as Redline, a street artist turned anti-corporate ninja who teams up with her AI-powered spinal implant named, Spine. Together, you punch, shoot, and flip your way through a futuristic city run by a tech megacorp that's clearly up to no good. Built in Unreal Engine 5, the devs are going all in on cinematic flair. Slow-motion shootouts, slick animations, and close combat that looks choreographed by a fight coordinator with caffeine addiction. It's basically what would happen if Cyberpunk 2077 and Max Payne had a baby, and that baby knew Kung Fu. Coming sometime in 2025 for PC and next-gen consoles. Let's just hope this style comes with substance. Killer Bean, Espresso-fueled mayhem. Yes, this is real. Yes, it stars a bean. A literal bean. And yes, it might just be one of the most ridiculously fun things this year. Killer Bean started as a meme, grew into a cult animation, and now it's back as a roguelite action game with more chaos than caffeine. You play as a former assassin bean who's been betrayed by his evil bean agency, and now he's out for revenge, with guns, and cars, and wrestling moves. Gameplay is a mix of first and third-person destruction, random world generation, and physics-defying stunts. 1 minute you're sniping enemies from a rooftop, the next you're drop-kicking a mech while screaming like a sentient espresso shot. Hitting early access this summer on Steam. Honestly, it looks stupidly fun, and we're here for it. RoboCop Rogue City Unfinished Business, DLC.
Everyone's favorite Chrome law enforcer is back for round 2 with Unfinished Business, the standalone DLC for RoboCop Rogue City. And just like before, it's pure fan service, in the best way possible. This time, you're cleaning up Omni Tower, a safe haven turned mercenary-infested fortress. Expect booby-trapped hallways, heavily armed goons, and new toys like the Cryo Gun to help you turn bad guys into sci-fi popsicles. You also get flashbacks where you play as Alex Murphy before he became RoboCop, giving us deeper lore and some much-needed emotional grit. Drops July 17th on Steam, PS5, and Xbox Series. And best part? You don't need the base game. Just grab the DLC and get to enforcing. ArcheAge Chronicles MMORPG Dark Fantasy Edition. Kakao Games is cooking up ArcheAge Chronicles, a dark fantasy MMO RPG sequel set 50 years after the original. And while the details are sparse, the vibes are heavy. The trailer showed glimpses of dynamic combat, massive battles, and world building that screams every bush has a questline. You'll be exploring vast, dangerous realms, mastering life skills, setting up homes, and probably being killed by something with wings. It's got the usual MMO suspects: crafting, base building, deep lore, and giant swords. Also, it'll release on PC, PS5, and PS5 Pro, so apparently they're already future-proofing. No exact date yet, but keep your party buffs ready. Fable. British humor delayed until 2026. Oh, Fable, you beautiful, sarcastic, acorn-planting dream. It was supposed to be our big RPG of 2025, but now, 2026 it is. Playground Games says they need more time. Xbox leadership says it'll be worth it, and judging by the pre-alpha footage, it might be. It's got that classic Fable energy, whimsical and weird, but now wrapped in shiny, modern visuals. The new version of Albion looks absolutely stunning, and apparently we're getting a full-on reimagining with classic British wit intact. Rumor has it, it's even launching on PS5, which means Xbox might be giving up exclusivity in exchange for world domination. Whenever it drops, I'll be there, probably choosing the evil route again.
So yeah, that was 15 games, 15 potential masterpieces, time devourers, and wallet assassins coming in 2025. If even half of these live up to the hype, we're looking at one of the most ridiculous years in gaming history, and also the death of your free time, your hard drive space, and maybe your social life. Are we ready? Absolutely not. Are we going to play them all anyway? Obviously. Now it's your turn. Drop a comment below. Which game are you pre-ordering? Which one are you uninstalling emotionally? And which one are you already pretending you'll wait for the reviews before buying on day one like a total liar? If you had fun, hit that like button so hard it explodes into Unreal Engine particles. Subscribe for more chaotic lists, sarcastic reviews, and lovingly aggressive opinions on all things gaming. This is BitCrush, and we'll see you in the next one, assuming you're not still trying to finish Doom on Nightmare mode. Until next time, stay alive, stay sarcastic, and may your FPS never drop below 60. Peace.